Man down.
Welcome everybody. What? Welcome everybody to Tuesday Night Modern, brought to you by Top Deck Productions here at GameSwap Mason. Your home for all the finest games to swap.
And swapping of games.
And the swapping of games.
I am that involve swapping.
The handsome John Douglas, and I'm joined by the now glorious Taylor Gunn. Taylor, how are you doing today?
I'm glorious.
There you go. So here we've got a nice matchup of Intruder Alarm something versus Bant Infect, not Eldrazi.
So these Intruder Alarm decks almost have to play green.
Oh, they almost have to.
So, Intruder Alarm is an enchantment that untaps all your creatures when you play another creature.
Untaps all creatures whenever a player plays a creature spell.
Right. And when you're playing green, you have creatures that make mana.
Right.
And so that will allow you to play another creature spell.
Mm-hmm.
Which then allows you to untap all your... You know what I mean? Rinse and repeat.
Go on.
Rinse and repeat.
Rinse and repeat is the moral of the story.
And it yields... It gets you into the following card. Sprout Swarm?
Sprout Swarm.
Sprout Swarm.
That's
so if you've never played a Time Spiral block draft,
right,
Sprout Swarm is the bomb.
If you have a cube and you don't have a Sprout Swarm in it, you're doing it wrong. First off, that card's very good in cube even.
Oh, it's well, it's one of those cards that like produces this set of this point of inevitability,
right? That
is just like so hard to overcome. The card costs 1 and a green. It's an instant.
Hold on, before you go on, I want to point out that our Spotter Monkey has done some spotting, and he's doing a bunch of infinite combos with Intruder Alarm. He's not trying to play a fair game of Magic.
Oh, what?
No fair games of Magic here.
Wait a minute. So you're telling me this guy's playing a card that lets him untap all creatures?
It also makes it so creatures don't untap.
Does it?
Until you play a creature, yeah.
Oh, okay. And that's not gonna. It's gonna produce infinite combos, not a fair game of Magic.
Yeah, we're not trying to play a fair Intruder Alarm deck.
Okay.
We are trying to play a Noble Hierarch, though.
Well, Marcus. Anyway, this Sprout Swarm card produces a creature, and it has buyback and convoke, so that once you get enough creatures in play, and Intruder Alarm, you just cast it an infinite number of times.
How about this? Dueling Botanical Sanctums in Modern. How do you feel about that one?
I love it. I love the fact that they filled out this Fastland cycle.
Right.
It really changed Modern. It made it, more complete so that all the color pairs have this advantage. And you can see that, these plug right in.
Andy doesn't have a blue-white land, Chris. He has a Botanical Sanctum, which is a green-blue land. Here's a Pestermite.
Pestermite. He's going to pester him.
Give you a little bit of pestering.
Oh, this is a Forgotten Orchard or Forbidden Orchard, where if he makes a mana with it, he gives Mark a
creature, which then untaps all of his creatures if he's playing, or if he has the Intruder Alarm out.
Sure. So was the Pestermite at the end of Andrew's turn there? Is that what happened?
I believe it was attack step.
Here's the Vino de Vastwood.
Looks like we're getting it in for 5 here.
6 with the Exalted Trigger.
Oh boy.
And Might of Old Curse is going to make it to even 10.
And that'll do it.
Too bad that Pestermite came down. I mean, if he would have Pestermited in response to the Vines, he
vines in response to the Pestermite.
No, so if Mark's going to go for it there, Mark attacks, lets the Exalted Trigger resolve. Andrew says no blocks because who cares about 2 poison damage? And then Mark goes for the vines. Because you can't... Well, the other thing is you can't Might of Old Krosa on the main phase... Or on the attack step.
Sure.
It's a main phase card. So yeah, you gotta use that Pestermite defensively. I hope this next one goes long because I want to see this Intruder Alarm intrude.
So I don't think this Bant Infect deck is trying to make the game go long.
I concur.
So I'm not sure you're going to get your wish there.
Absolutely not. It's gonna be, this one's gonna be a short round. If you like bathroom breaks, play an Infect deck.
Or City Barbecue breaks.
We might go, check in your local City Barbecue. The Handsome John Douglas is kind of in love with their gumbo.
Yeah, they have some pretty decent gumbo at City Barbecue.
So, I mean, it's got to be pretty decent for a chain restaurant.
Oh, it's phenomenal for a chain restaurant.
You'd probably say it's the best chain restaurant gumbo.
I mean, to be fair, there's not a lot of competition.
I agree.
But if I went down into like a sit-down restaurant and ordered the gumbo and they gave me this, I'd be very happy.
Okay. I do like a gumbo. It's a nice wintertime dish. It's a seasonal dish at the City Barbecue.
It is a seasonal dish at the City Barbecue, and I think they just put it out this week. Every once in a while, I'll check their website to see if it's gumbo time. And today I looked, and it is indeed gumbo time.
So this Intruder Alarm deck's probably also in the Bant colors. Definitely blue-green.
It's definitely blue-green as we saw. I don't know what white would add, but we'll see.
You can play Jeskai Ascendancy.
Oh, hold on. Our Spider Monkey has more information for us. It's playing white for creatures.
That tap to make creatures. Oh, okay.
Playing white for creatures is pretty interesting.
Yeah.
It's a good strategy.
Some of the white creatures they're not like the biggest creatures.
No, but they're creatures.
No, but they're creatures, and they have white has a lot of good activated abilities, also a lot of good static abilities.
Absolutely.
Of spells cost 1 more, some such, lots of static abilities.
Yeah, I don't know that there's room for like a Hate Bearers
sub-theme.
Right. Maybe. We'll see.
We shall see. Mark is probably going in with more Spell Pierces. When you see that blue base, you have to assume that Andrew's going to try and interact with you somehow.
Right.
So Spell Pierce is the premium card at protecting his, load up my creature style strategy.
Be interested to see what Andrew's plan is out of the board, if he has a plan against these very aggressive decks, or if he just needs to go infinite before they can kill him.
Yeah, I mean, Modern is so hard to have like a specific game plan for the width of the format. There's so many various decks. Like, if you had me make a list of decks I want to be prepared for in a Modern tournament, this Bant deck would not be on the list.
Well, obviously not. But like, you can chalk it up to like an aggressive deck, and I see a sideboard card right there in the Is It Static Caster. That'll be a good one. Yeah, that's a
big one. He's also got a Kiora's Follower in hand.
Yeah, that allows him to untap lands as a part of the Intruder Alarm combo.
Yeah.
So if he needs a specific color to continue going off, it's a good way to do it. How about an Aether Vial?
How about it?
How about it?
This one, same art as the one in the Iconic Masters set that just came out.
Hat Crab Zombie says wait.
Wait?
I don't know what exact list Andrew Tefft is playing. It's very possible that it's the Conley Woods list.
Yeah, Conley Woods is another huge... I don't want to call him a player, because he's not a player. He just crushes a lot. But he
does crush a lot, I'll give you that.
He plays this list. Do you block here? Are you blocking?
100%.
Are you a blocker?
There's no way he attacks unless he has, like, a way to push it through.
Push it real good.
There's just no point.
Push it real good. Push it.
Not going to dignify that with a response, but we do have an Eldritch Evolution, which is an interesting card here. With so many random creatures in here, I'd imagine that's one that would help him just kind of go off in any situation. Although I'm sure he still needs his namesake Intruder alarm.
Let's see, Mark's given this a good long think.
Yeah, he's thinking about going in. There's not a lot of point unless you can give it trample. So, yeah, here we see we're going to go a little bit wider.
You can go down to 17. Getting double green is pretty critical in these Infect style decks because it allows you to cast your Vines of the Vast Wood kicked. And that's probably the most important card in the deck. It's the most important pump spell in the deck, I'll say that much.
Sure. So here we see a third land, not a red land, so this isn't Static Caster, kind of stranded in hand until it gets to the third charge counter on Aether Vial. He could play the Restoration Angel. He has a Path.
He's got a lot of options here.
If Path is the plan,
you got to do it now.
You want to do it now. And also, I don't know if he's running multiple Isn't Static Casters, but it might be the right call to just activating this for 2. Oh, I thought that was a Path. I don't know what that is then.
Spotter Monkey, spot for us.
Spot it out. But then we can Eldritch Evolution this Cure's follower into another Isn't Static Caster potentially, and that seems very good here. Or whatever this is.
Okay.
A Steward of Solidarity.
Well, you got me on that one.
Hat Crab Zombie is informing us that, and there it is. In the Conley Woods deck, is it Static Casters in the main?
It's a strong card in this modern format where the decks are linear, and the creature decks. I mean, every literally every creature, except for their 3 drops, has 1 toughness. So, Is It Static Caster is just an awesome card.
Oh, we're suiting him up with a Rancor. Oh, he is almost tapped out to do this. That was very dangerous. Not punished.
No, it looks like he's going to be able to vial in this Is It Static Caster. And that's, I mean, I can't imagine a better way to lock up a game than 2 Is It Static Casters on the board.
Yeah, especially against these Infect decks. I would definitely go for the ping here.
Yeah, that's about all he's got.
And then I would just
I would have attacked there.
That's fine. Or don't. You know what? You're the boss.
I'm the boss. So we'll see here. So he theoretically missed 3 damage there.
Right.
And so we'll see if that matters. I never want to miss damage, but
you never want to miss damage.
Sometimes it's not like you missing it. It's kind of like a hedge. Like, man, I need to keep this mana open to do X, Y, or Z.
But he doesn't. His hand is a card he can't cast and a card he's casting off of the Aether Vial. So
well, maybe he's trying to fake it. Fake it till you make it.
Fake it till you make it.
I mean, the Kior's follower.
Oh, the spotter's paying attention. Trust me.
What would the spotter miss?
Nothing.
Nothing. He's the best. He's the best in the biz, man.
Best in the biz. Scry to the bottom with an opt. Let's see. This is not a good place for Mark to be. If he fires up this Inkmoth Nexus, and he's in big trouble. Okay.
Yeah, that's not
Wisely sees that that's not the play.
All right, here we got another Is It Staticaster coming into play. Just to
really drive the point home. That,
I can't imagine. So Andrew's at 3, and I just can't imagine the series of plays that Mark wins this game with. I guess if he fills his hand with pump spells, then he fires up this Inkmoth Nexus and just gets to attack in and like pump his Inkmoth beyond the Is It Staticaster.
I don't know if Mark specifically is playing Twisted Image, but you typically see that out of the board, and it's usually just like a 1 or 2 of.
Sure.
I doubt he would have brought it in here, but maybe. I don't understand the point of swinging with a Noble Hierarch and not a Kiora's follower, but that's me. That's me.
That's you. Yeah, so he theoretically missed 2 damage there, so...
Well, so, like, he could untap an Is It Staticaster, right? Is it land or creature? Or is it just permanent?
No, it's a permanent, yeah.
So he could untap his Aether Vial, but it only has 1 card in hand.
Yeah, Mark could have a Nessian Cursor that he needs to take down with these Is It Staticasters and Kiora's follower.
Don't see that coming.
How about a Trained Armadon?
Nope.
He could play the common out of Iconic Masters, Phantom Monster.
I think more likely would be Putrefax.
Jeez. I just got blown out on naming obscure cards. Blown all the way out. Putrefax would be a nice one. It costs 5, though.
Look, he's got 4.
Well, he just played the Windswept, so...
Yeah, we're not far off, man.
I was talking about this turn.
All right, Simian Spirit Guide Putrefax, done. Here's a Resto. And this will create a 4-turn clock.
All right. Goes up to 5 on the Aether Vial. I want to know what's costing 5 in the deck.
Probably Kiki Jiki.
That excites me. All right. Resto in for 4.
There we go. Now we're starting to chunk this life total down. Land for turn. Andrew is Hellbent, which is good for Mark, but Mark definitely needs to find an answer for these Staticasters before he's going to make any headway here. And like you said, I can't imagine the series of cards that he would need. So he would have to fire up this Inkmoth Nexus, find a way to give it trample, protect it from 2 Is It Staticasters with a potential 3rd activation from Kiora's follower, and get the 1 shot in. Seems a bit unlikely.
So from an educational standpoint, this is something I'm always thinking about. I'm always trying to figure out what... So you obviously can't think about everything every turn, right?
Right.
I'm always trying to figure out what players should be thinking about while they're playing the game. So, like, Mark thought about his opt there for, like, give it a good 20 seconds.
Yeah.
And so it's just like, what is he focused on? Like, and when you're thinking about that, it allows you to streamline your thought process so that in other matches you can play better because you have a better idea of where your head should be.
Right. In this case, the card that he's getting off of opt is very important because his hand is the only way he's going to win this game.
Right.
Land off the top.
Here's another one. He's Gonna
getting
go.
a
Gonna go
basic.
fetching. This is gonna be nice.
I think he sees that this is the turn.
Yes. This is his last opportunity. So Kiyora's follower can untap the Restoration Angel for a blocker.
Oh, absolutely.
But maybe we find a Path to Exile or something? We gotta be playing these white cards for a reason, right?
Well, so he's going to fire up this Inkmoth Nexus and then go to attacks, and it's going to get shot down.
And hopefully he's got responses.
Well, he'd need responses,
Concur.
for sure.
So I see you can fire up the Inkmoth Nexus, has the mana to respond to the Staticaster
3 times.
triggers.
He needs 3
Well, no,
answers.
twice, and Path to Angel, should he have the Path. I'm assuming the white's in there for, you don't just toss white around without putting a Path to Exile in your deck.
Sure, but you don't need to Path the Angel. You need to
Well, he
get
can
this thing to survive first. Alright, we're getting to attack. And now this match will be resolved on the stack.
Here we go. Stack them up.
Mark's going to have to make the first move here.
He's got a Disrupting Shoal in hand. That's a big deal.
Piracy Charm, the birds.
This is going to give it -2, -1.
Seems pretty inconsequential in the scheme of things.
Concur. Maybe he's trying to get Andrew to go too deep into his thought process
Maybe.
so that he makes a mistake. I mean, I've definitely had opponents do that, where like your only out is to just construct a board state where like they have identified the wrong thing as important, and you just like, it's kind of that like take your left hand and be like, look over here, and just slap them with the right.
So I think we're going to start off with the Become Immense. So like Become Immense, and then in response to the second is its Staticaster, any pump spell,
Like a
but then you're relying entirely on the Phyrexian mana pump spell to kind of dig you out of the second and third activations. Not a great place for Mark. I do see a Become Immense in hand, which is where we need to start and end with. Looks like he's just willing to take the 1.
Yeah, I wonder if he realized he couldn't be the first one to flinch here.
Well, even if he's not, like, he's wasting these resources now. Yeah, this is ill-conceived. So you're fighting post-combat over the survival of your Inkmoth Nexus, which isn't going to get to swing.
If you tap this land, you're just gonna die.
Yeah.
You can't even fake like the.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, so if you don't have any outs and you still want to go for it, that's fine.
I guess Andrew only can attack with 5 here max.
I mean, there's no difference between 5 and 4.
Yeah, so he attacks for 4. Yeah, now Mark just doesn't have any. Any action.
Hopefully he has a sick fog here.
What's your favorite fog?
I mean,
Fog effect.
fog effect?
Yeah.
Blunt the Assault for...
Yeah.
Blunt the Assault for sentimental reasons.
Shout out to our friend. Were you on that trip with him?
I was not. But I got to hear all about it multiple times. And
We had a buddy drive to Atlanta, which is 8 hours. to play in a PTQ. Finals is the turn. Puts himself in the finals in the tournament limited of Skarsmierden.
Which was not an easy format to win a PTQ in.
Yes, it was very swingy.
Very bomb-oriented.
Anyway, he attacks for the win, and his opponent plays Blunt the Assault, which is a fog that costs 4. It's basically unplayable.
Stone unplayable.
Just...
But yeah, he blunts his assault and then untaps and gets in there. Woo.
Yeah, I would have been beside myself.
Don't want to lose to a blunt the assault.
Mine's constant mists.
Constant mists?
Like at my cafeteria table in high school, that card was so broken.
So my favorite is probably Spore Frog.
Oh yeah, that's a really good one.
Spore Frog's a good one.
Has that been banned out of our EDH game? Or do you just not play because you're a nice guy?
Yeah, I just don't play because I'm a nice guy.
Okay.
There's also... I forget the name of it. The Spider Fog, which is very good.
Yes.
Good old Spider Fog.
So Mark probably went and grabbed those twisted images out of his board.
If they're in there.
If they're there.
Yeah, so he didn't see any red mana game 1. He didn't see any red mana game 2 either, but
right.
The jig is up with these Isn't Static Casters, and he's not going to be able to win through them, so...
I'm wondering where the white comes into Mark's deck. I mean, he has Temple Gardens.
Apostle's Blessing.
Well, people used to play that card without any white in their deck because it's a Phyrexian mana.
Yeah, well, he just wants to be responsible and play some white in his deck. He doesn't want to give up those life points if he doesn't have to.
Mark is a pacifist.
He is a pacifist. And white is the color of pacifism, so...
Just had to have a little in there. I'm just saying, like, maybe he doesn't have the twisted image. He's got the Path to Exile.
I don't think Jake is playing Modern tonight, no.
Yeah, Jake doesn't play Modern because he's a coward.
A coward? Jeez. That's aggressive.
Yeah, Standard's really Jake's bread and butter anyway.
That's true.
Hopefully he'll be playing on Saturday. Stop by on Saturday. You'll hear our 2 beautiful melodious voices commenting on the Standard PPTQ that's happening here at GameSwap.
Yeah, it's going to be a fun time.
Starts at 1:30 according to the info sheet that I've been given. So...
You have an info sheet? I'm so jealous.
The info sheet is the Facebook event.
Okay, so no info sheets.
No info sheet. So if you're not within driving distance, listen to us here on twitch.tv/TopDeckProductions.
Do it.
If you are within driving distance, come on up to GameSwap and play in a PPTQ.
Absolutely. Is anyone playing Abzan or Jund tonight? Yes. Somebody is playing Abzan or Jund.
Unless you did like John and I and got qualified already.
Yeah, if you queued already...
Don't come play, because that's not allowed.
You can come show up and just hang
come hang out, yeah.
Yeah, we'll party.
We'll Team Rush, Iconic Masters.
I will do that.
God, that'd be fun. We should do that.
Yeah. All right, so a pretty good start for Mark with his Glistener Elf. He really wants to get something going before...
Here's a Dryad. Oh, man. Is Glistener Elf going to get in for 2? I like Mark's chances here.
Yeah.
So I was going to say that Dryad Arbor was going to be tech here against Andrew, but...
Not so much.
But if it's a 2-2, it's not very good to block with your 1-1.
No, sir.
No, sirree, Bob.
Temple Garden tapped. Mark's going to pass the turn. Andrew's going to get his first chance to use some mana this game. Oh, no. Second Glistener Elf.
Temple Garden untapped.
Yikes. We're going wide. And Andrew draws a Kiki Jiki. Probably just a dead card here.
Not the hottest draw I've ever seen. Is that a Kosie's Trickster? Is that what that is?
It's I don't know what that is. I believe it's a Kosie's Trickster. It looks like a Kosie's Trickster.
All right.
But it may be some random promo merfolk that I'm not aware of.
I mean, I try and keep up on my promos. Let's see here.
It's a Dakra Mystic. Well, I don't know what that card does, and I'm pretty sure you just made that up. So
Spotter Monkey.
From Clouds, probably just
Educate us. Dakra Mystic, the one that's on the board. You been paying attention, son?
No, he's not paying attention. What a jerk.
Well, pull it up for our viewers. I don't need to know that.
Might have Old Crosha. It looks like we've decided this is the operative turn.
Here's another one. Oh, and here's a Rancor on the same card. You know.
All right,
so let's see how much he takes here. So this is 8.
He's just eating it.
I count 8.
He's just scooping.
Oh, he just scoops it up. No action. Well, that was short and sweet. Still had these ones left.
Still had all these.
Yeah, the Intruder alarm deck is cool, but I feel like there's a lot of moving parts to get into place.
Yeah, I'm not so sure that it's tier 1 or even tier 2. I think it's just like a little mess around casual deck.
Well, that's what these Tuesdays are for, man. You can bring up your little brewy brews and
yeah, you can bring in the brews. That's fine.
Test drive them out. Come
and
join
if it
us.
sounds cool enough, we'll even showcase the brews.
Come join us back here about 20 minutes. We're gonna go check out the field. You guys enjoy the break.
Enjoy.